talk about trade deadline on local hour with what Ryan Poles should do, but 2 big trades have already happened, and they include big receivers. Just like I said on this show weeks ago when DaVante said he wanted to get out of there, I said let's just cut the bullshit. He's going to Jersey. He's going to the Jets, and that ended up happening. DaVante Adams traded to the New York Jets for a conditional 3rd-round pick that can be a 2nd-round pick, and the Jets we paying the remainder of DaVante's contract. He, of course, he has a big bromance with Aaron Rodgers, the only nigga that loves Aaron Rodgers on this earth. We saw it on the TV show Wide Receiver, where that nigga couldn't wait for the Jets to come to Vegas because he just wanted to kick it with Aaron. He got his wish. Kind of, I said it was gonna happen, but the way they lost to Buffalo on Monday kind of just reaffirmed everything I thought. Being the shit human being that he is, he threw Mike Williams under a bus. I want to act like he's been playing well himself. I don't think that this changes much for the Jets. That's all Aaron Rodgers hate aside. I'm a big DaVante fan. I love DaVante, but this is like that Spice Adams meme where he said a toothpick changes everything, where you look like the same nigga in each picture. That's what this trade is. I don't think it's going to change much. The offensive play call still stuck. Nathaniel Hackett still sucks as offensive coordinator. They're in disarray with their coaching. Aaron still doesn't look good, and I expect he'll look better with DaVante, obviously, so he ain't got to keep throwing to Lazard. I'm interested to see how this is going to affect Garrett Wilson. I think they'll be a better team. I think will have a winning record. I think it'll help, but like in the grand scheme of things, they're still not going to win the division. I still don't see them making any type of significant noise, but what Aaron wants, Aaron gets. He's got that franchise by the balls. No matter how much he wants to go on Pat McAfee and say he had nothing to do with Robert Salah getting fired, like I was born, my nigga, but I wasn't born yesterday. I just don't buy that whatsoever, man. But as we bring Bang back in here, man, I want to go to Bang, man. What do you think about this DaVante Adams trade, and do you think it helps the Jets in any type of way?
Well, I ain't gonna front. I'm still shocked and surprised that the Raiders sent him to the place that he wanted to go. That lets me know that I guess him and Antonio Pierce in the organization has some type of a decent relationship. But if you out there talking about you got a hamstring issue and you ain't playing for 3 weeks, I'll trade your motherfucking ass to the worst team in the NFL. With that being said, I don't think it's going to do anything but boost up Aaron Rodgers' confidence. But I don't think it's going to do anything to move the needle for the Jets. The Jets are still a borderline playoff team with a pretty decent defense and an offense that's sputtering, not necessarily because of anything but the age and the health of the quarterback and the offensive efficiency that's being delivered down from the coaching staff. That's why the Jets are who the Jets are right now. And getting DaVante Adams is not going to do anything but give you a wide receiver that gives you some good routes. I don't think this is going to move the needle to what they wanted this to be, and what they expected this to be was to be all in on winning the championship. The Jets didn't get Aaron Rodgers to win the AFC East. They got him to win a Super Bowl. So if they're not in the running to win a Super Bowl, you could have got goddamn somebody else to wear number 17 to catch a
pass. Mikey, man, what you think about this this trade with DaVante heading over to the Jets?
I mean, for me, I've always liked their connection. They've shared that rare QB1, wide receiver one, kind of like telepathy when it comes to knowing where you need to be on your route, where it goes to throwing the ball. They've always had that connection. I just hated that for 10 years it was against my Chicago Bears. I do think this will help the offense, just off of the fact that we know that Devonte Adams has reliable hands. I mean, the Jets right now are top 5 in the league in drop passes. Aaron Rodgers is still getting the ball out in 2.5 seconds, even though the offensive line is pretty bad. His wide receivers have just been suspect outside of Garrett Wilson. So I think in the passing game, it might take about like 2 weeks for them to click. I don't know when their bye is, or I don't know if they had a. It doesn't. I don't think they had a bye, being that they were in London and came back and played on Monday night. But I would say probably within 2 weeks they'll be able to regain that chemistry again. Nathaniel Hackett is no longer calling plays
Their bye
for the.
week is week 12.
Okay, so what was that about?
That's like
About
end of
4 or 5
November.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they'll have that hammered out there. Nathaniel Hackett's no longer calling plays, but they still have the same playbook. So I think they'll be fine there. I don't know what it does for them overall, just because their offensive line is so bad. They haven't been able to run the ball as effectively as they did in years past, and that sucks because you kind of do have a workhorse in Brees Hall back there, and they haven't really been able to open up any of the running lanes for him. I don't think that this team is like, has been catapulted to Super Bowl contender. I think that they're about to go on a nice little stretch because their schedule kind of works out. If they can play buddy ball between just Adams, Garrett Wilson, Conklin, run the ball, I think that they'll win some games, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not going to win anything of note come playoff time.
Courtney, then Dante.
I really don't have anything else but to echo Mikey's sentiments completely. They gave the keys to the kingdom to that fucking 40-year-old anti-vaxxer, and now they just got to deal with the fallout. And the fallout is making that man happy by any means necessary. Firing the coach. I've never seen anything like this in my life, where the dude fucking is going on Pat McAfee, and then you got DaVante. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, that was I hated that. Like, get the
It's
fuck
just a
out of
fucking circus, and
it's like when it's like,
and he's the ringleader.
I saw a joke on Twitter that said that him coming on Pat McAfee was like when your boy FaceTimes you announce he's getting married, and then this girl come out the corner of the FaceTime. Like that's what that shit looked like. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, no, I'm not concerned with the New York Jets at all. I think Aaron has lost a lot. I don't know. I won't officially say washed, but I think, he's not who he used to be. I think Devonte is still good, but it won't be enough for them to really compete and do anything in the AFC when it comes against playing against the better teams in that division. So the Jets are just continuing to be the Jets. Their owner is one of the richest owners in the NFL, but he also has made some of the worst moves. And Bill Belichick talked about it, saying, you have
Bill
a guy over there.
Belichick be bombing on them niggas.
He fried him, but I mean, he was absolutely right. He was like, "This is just what the Jets do." So I mean, you're doing all this, they still can't protect Aaron, and he can't move how he used to move. So we're gonna see how this works. So I think short term it'll help him. But in terms of them actually trying to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, who's old as hell, I don't think this helps them that much.
The other wide receiver trade that kind of like I feel was kind of maybe a response to this DaVante trade. Amari Cooper got out of the Cleveland jail and will be heading to Buffalo. Like I said earlier, you have never seen a nigga be happier to go to Buffalo, New York, than Amari Cooper. He was traded to the Bills. The Browns will receive a 2025 third-round pick and a 2026 seventh-round pick. The Bills receive Amari Cooper and a 2025 sixth-round pick. I love everything about this trade for my boy Joshua Allen. They have not had, they've been having a good season, a better season I think a lot of people have expected so far. A nice bounce back win on Monday after losing the last two. But I think Amari Cooper is going to come in and help tremendously. I think some people have already forgotten that Amari's a really good receiver. I mean, he was cooking with Joe Flacco last year. Just because you got Freaky Sean, who is top 2, top 3 worst quarterback in the NFL right now, we forget how good Amari is. And I think that this is going to just help the Bills already. Now Josh Allen's going to have a go-to guy who, is not going to, be a diva like Stephon Diggs is. And now they've got a running game in Buffalo to go along with it. So I absolutely love this trade for the Bills. We'll go Bang, Mikey, Courtney, and then Dante. What y'all think about Amari in Buffalo?
Oh, I love this trade right here because you got that man out of hell. He got a white savior in Josh Allen now he got to deal with. I love this trade for the Bills. It shows that they were in on the DaVante Adams situation, but they didn't get him. So they got the next best thing, and I think it's going to be very helpful for that offense. So Great job, Buffalo Bills. Just hopefully your coach don't fuck it up.
Yeah, for me, it's a good pickup. The Buffalo Bills are top 6 in the league and wide receiver drops with 11. My issue with this deal is Amari Cooper leads the NFL with 10 drops. So I don't know how that's going to solve unless he just magically decides that he wants to catch the ball now playing up there in Buffalo. So I still have to see it play out. To me, I feel like he's kind of lost a step. So I'm not really moved by it. It definitely was it definitely was a response. I think the Bills were in on DaVante Adams, but clearly he just wanted to be with Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not really moved by it because I think the best of Amari Cooper has already passed.
Yeah, I believe that Amari Cooper can help them. I think Buffalo, with Josh Allen, with the talent he has, you just need good receivers. I think that's one of those teams where you don't have to have a, great or elite wide receiver. He just needs good receivers. And I think Amari, even if you believe that, he's not what he once was, I think a lot of it comes with the situation too. Like, I know everything going on in Cleveland right now with Deshaun Watson and the quarterbacks. So I think, playing in a team that's not winning, you have guys who, they play down to the situation. I know it's a different sport, but just look at Jazz Chisholm ever since he got to New York, just being in an environment where teams are winning, teams thrive, and teams are trying to go for a championship. It can make, bring the best out of you. So I think the Bills are planning on that being the case with Amari. And so I really like that move a lot. And I think this is going to be a team that man, the AFC is going to be tough come playoff time because I think this is a move that definitely helps Buffalo out a lot.
And we were just talking about it. Courtney just said the game ain't over. Paige just hit a 5-run homer. Not 5-run homer.
5-run homer.
I said, what the fuck?
What kind of
They're playing backyard baseball over there.
The Pablo Sanchez nigga.
I mean, it's a 5-run game.
Shit turned to rock and jock real quick.
The Kobe Bryant crossover of MLB. Remember that game? It had 20 pointers. But go ahead, Courtney. What you think about this trade?
I mean, it's obviously a great move for the Bills quietly, and it's something that I've been thinking about, especially seeing that Juju Smith-Schuster is also limited. The Bills did waive Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Now, I know that's not like top billing for anybody, but that Chiefs wide receiver room is like very depleted right now. I'm wondering when that call is getting made.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.